Hello everyone, Sid here from Sid Sur Real Estate, pre-construction experts here in Toronto and the GTA. And in this video, I'm going to cover 316 Junction by Marlin Spring, coming to the Junction neighborhood. We're going to cover the developer, location, future of the neighborhood, and as well as the price per square foot to see whether or not this is a worthwhile investment. So let's get right into it. So again, the project is called 316 Junction Condominiums by Marlin Spring. A little bit about Marlin Spring. They were founded in 2013. The founders of Marlin Spring actually used to work for Lantera Developments, which is a highly reputable builder in Canada. They were part of the top executive team there. They've actually done some notable projects in the Junction neighborhood, namely Stockyards, which is at 2300 St. Clair, as well as down the street at House of Assembly. They've also done partnerships with Demac out of Dubai on Curio condos. They're doing above condos right now in Mississauga in partnership with RioCan. And they have some notable projects out in the East End as well as all over the GTA. So they're not new to the game. They have a long pipeline of projects on the go and they have the backing that they need. So I trust this builder and I believe they're highly reputable. The location itself, we're looking at 316 Campbell Avenue as the address. It's 26 stories tall, 6-story podium with a total of 283 units with over 12,000 square feet of indoor and outdoor amenity space, ranging everything on the first floor. You've got lobby lounge, outdoor lounge, pet wash, library lounge, co-working space, which is becoming more and more common now in new developments. And on the fifth floor, they've got fitness center, outdoor lounge, games room, theater room, party room, art studio, and as well as another fitness center on the sixth floor, as well as yoga and meditation room. So pretty standard amenities, nothing too crazy, something that everyone can be happy with. Location itself, it is in the intersection of Symington and DuPont, right in that Junction Triangle, if you guys are familiar with the neighborhood. If you look here, you've got DuPont Street and Symington intersecting, and right over there, you've got Campbell Avenue. This is a 3D rendering that I found on the City of Toronto development site on the architectural plans. So again, we'll talk a little bit more about the neighborhood in general, where it is today and where it's going, and also where it used to be. Junction used to be an industrial area and railway with railway lines. It is going through a major revitalization right now. We're seeing a lot of these old industrial units being converted into lofts, as well as churches converted into lofts and townhouses. And we're seeing a lot of development happening there. It's still a quite rugged neighborhood in Toronto, which there are pros and cons to. Pros being you can still pick them up for relatively cheap in terms of value, and the future growth, there's a lot of potential. There's a lot of trendy bars and cafes that are also popping up in the Junction, so it's becoming a very hip and trendy neighborhood, which is a good sign of revitalization. In terms of transit, it is about a 10-minute walk to both the Dundas West and Lansdowne TTC station, as well as a 10-minute ride to Union Station, close enough to Hyde Park. In terms of transit, it's not super close, but it is a short distance away, which is good. There's some rental statistics provided by the builder, but I've done my own due diligence and went on Trep to get some Trep data on this on MLS, and numbers pretty much seem to align here. We got one bedrooms ranging from $2,300 on Treb all the way to $4,000 for some of the 3 beds. Haven't really seen anything in the $5,000 range as they've indicated, but maybe it's something off market that I haven't seen. But safe to say that rents will be going up in the next few years, especially with the way the rental market is going, interest rates being high. People who were not able to afford a home right now are opting to rent. So, we have a steady increase in rent over the next few years. Toronto's West End is actually growing. Again, this is supplied by the builder, but if we look at the Toronto City Development Applications website, we do have a lot of units coming by Altera and District Developments nearby with over 700 units, and Diamond Corp is actually also doing over 1,800 master plan community units close by as well. I believe on Junction Road, that's still under review right now. It has not been given approval, but if it does, then we're going to see a flock of people moving into the neighborhood. But all in all, there's a lot of growth happening around here, which gives me a lot of confidence in the growth of the neighborhood. A little price per square foot comparison, just to compare it to some similar projects that happened in the neighborhood. We had craft condos last year by Garlock Developments that were selling at $1,400 per square foot. Junction Square condominiums that came out by block developments were selling at about $13.50 per square foot. And the Junction actually coming in very competitive and lower actually in $1,300 per square foot. So great value, bang for the buck. I do believe if the market wasn't slow right now, that this pricing would look a lot different. We'd probably be hovering in that $1,400 per square foot range. So I believe that projects right now are being given at a discount, especially in neighborhoods like this where builders are really trying to push units. So this is a positive sign for buyers who are looking to get in the pre-construction market. And again, just to compare it to, average price per square foot in downtown Toronto, they're hovering at about $1,600 to $1,700 per square foot, as we saw with Centricity that came out by Greywood and, Elmont Young along the Yonge and Dundas area. So, again, Junction being one of those neighborhoods that's still going through a lot of revitalization, great time to pick up a 416 unit for Mississauga prices, really 905 prices, because in Mississauga we're seeing right now condos selling for $1,300, $1,350 in some cases downtown Mississauga per square foot. We saw that with the Exchange District condominiums last year. So I think Junction is priced really, really well, especially being in Toronto. Some TREP stats in the Junction area. So Junction neighborhood falls under the WO2 district on TREB, and just given the last 10-year history, we're seeing a 10% average year-over-year increase, which is very positive. And I believe, again, just given the shortage of supply in the Junction of condos and the influx of developments that are happening, supply is going to remain short. Just again, based on immigration and the number of people coming, as well as the neighborhood going through major revitalization. Again, I don't want to keep knocking on immigration here, but I did a whole video on immigration and supply and the future of pre-construction prices. So I'm going to link that in the description or somewhere here so you guys can go check that out. Highly recommend watching that video. Immigration numbers are at an all-time high. Last year we brought in over 450,000 immigrants, and this year and the next year we're going to continue to do the same. We do need skilled immigrants. We need, there's a huge shortage of labor right now, but there's just not enough supply. We're half of where we need to be in terms of completed units year over year. I believe by 2030 we need over 3.5 million homes, and we're half short of that every single year. So I don't see how we're going to tackle the supply issue, but immigration being where it is, it's going to be very tough. And this really only translates to one thing, which is values are going to continue to go up. Looking at a typical tower key plate here, we've got a good mix of suites from 1 bedrooms, 1+ den, 2 beds, and not too many 3-bedroom options, but there is a nice 792 square feet unit there. For the most part, pretty square functional layouts. Just looking at some of the floor plans here, we see some nice functional variety of units here. I do have some sample floor plans from the builder that were given to me. Once again, guys, the project launches on February 2nd, but if you guys would like Platinum VIP access, I'd be happy to put you guys on the VIP list to send you guys pricing and floor plan before it goes public. Or if you guys like to book a one-on-one call, no obligation with me, I'd be happy to do that to see whether or not pre-construction makes sense for you. Once again, guys, thank you guys for watching. Until next time, take care.